Bad plays games.
And we're immediately right back into plastic and rubber. Alright, so the refined hydrocarbons recipe needs 25, and we're going to have 26.667. That is such a frustratingly close amount. But I think because of that reason, I think I do want to just put it into the FACSIT and then sort it out elsewhere. It'd be a lot easier to sort it out if we can just spread out pretty easily. Yeah, on that note, I think we'll just do that. Let's see, I need bronze frames. I'm not sure if those are in the FACSIT, but let's see. Yeah, save me a trip. And there, that's our blueprint sorted. So now we have to deal with polymer resin, sulfur, fuel, refined hydrocarbons, heavy oil residue, asphalt. That's it. That won't be so bad. Now we save the blueprint and we can test it. So we want it right here. I think that looks good. Crude oil processing. Oh, let's delete that one and there. Now we just point it away from us and then line it up. And yeah, it's, oh, I almost had it perfect. Or is it like that? That's not straight though. I think I must have misplaced the pipe in the blueprint. But that's an easy fix, and if that's the worst mistake we made in setting this up, I'd say we did a pretty good job. Let me go fix that really quick before I forget about it. Because that is definitely something I would do. Alright, now I've tested it, I already see another error. This this power pole's not supposed to be there. But we are supposed to have data line, data line, data line. And then the one power here. And hopefully everything's set properly. Yeah, looks like it is. Let's fire it up. To fire it up, all we need to do is connect it to power, connect it to the network, connect the sand, and connect the oil. And now we check our work. Brilliant. Plugged oil and sanded correctly. I love it. Alright, we set the sludge limit. This is getting purified crude oil. The asphalt's already filled. So that's not going anywhere. Those two things are going properly. Yes, here. Set that to 20, set this to 20. Should probably be setting these to 5 or something like that, actually. If these are indeed percentages. If we go by 20, we're going to hit 100 very quickly. And on the refined hydrocarbons as well. There. Now this is getting hydrocarbons. Refined hydrocarbons, fuel, polymer resin. Why isn't the polymer resin going anywhere? Because I didn't belt that up. What is that? Sulfur? And now polymer resin. That has a max already. This does not. So let's set it. Excellent. Let's fix our blueprint one more time. So we have 60 per minute on each one of these modules. And how much oil do we have? If I remember correctly, we overclocked everything. And so we're getting 150 out of 2 pure nodes, which is 300 total, and then another 150 total out of the impure nodes. So that's 450. So 450 divided by 60 is 8 of these modules we need. We need 32 sand. So what is 8 times 32? 256. So a Mark III belt fill. A Mark III belt full will work. And this Mark II pipeline will need to add we'll need to feed it from another facet from the other side. Because if we have 450, 450 doesn't fit into 300. I don't think. So dumb. But so happy. Isn't the lock hologram and nudge feature just absolutely the best? I think that it is. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Target output is 30 for this first one, and all the rest are 60. There. Now we have 7.5 modules. I love it. Okay. So we don't actually have that much oil coming in. But that's fine. We'll bring it in a minute. Hey, speaking of, let's grab a 2 meter thing like that. A fluid sender. And then let's add more oil right here. I think that makes the most sense. Yeah, we should be able to just, yeah, clip it in right there. And which one is it? We don't have any in the system because we are pumping more out. So I can't select it yet. We have 8 times 7.5. 8 times 7.5, so we have 60 raw sludge. Let's make some notes. 375 heavy oiled residue, 300 asphalt, we just did that one, so 300 sulfur, 80 polymer resin, so that's double the 40, so that's 600, 100 fuel per minute. And then at the end of the day, after all of that, we get 26 2/3, 7.5 times. It's 200. So we get 200 refined hydrocarbons. I love it so much. That is a handy dandy feature, that little list. Kind of wish there was a keybind for it though, instead of having to click over here. Wonder if there is. Sadly, I don't see it. I did see something else that I wasn't. What is this? Focus search spacebar? Oh, cool. You hit Q, you hit spacebar, you can immediately just type rec. Or Q spacebar assembler. Is that in the base game, or is that just in this mod? Oh my gosh. I'm a genius. I gotta write that down and make a short about that. Okay, I'm gonna go fix the oil. I thought we'd stop here and grab some tickets. Oh, I need 9 more power shards. This is, I needed 5 tickets, remember, for that unlock. Let's grab those. Okay, also fun fact, I misremembered. We don't have 450 oil. That was actually the normal node I was thinking of, is what I was thinking was the pure at 150. That's actually the normal. So we have 2 normals over there, giving us 150 twice of 300, and then 2 pures of 300. So we don't have 450 oil, we have 900 oil. So we need to double everything we just built. But before we double that, let's do the power slugs thing we wanted. Nope, not power slugs. Quantum. This thing. Yes. Okay, so I just started doubling it, and you know, I realized, so we did 8 and 1.5 to have 7.5. But we don't need to do 8 again, right? We just need to do 7.5 twice, which is 15. So I raised this underclocking back up to 60 per minute, and now we just need 15 of these machines. Also, since the Mark II pipelines can only hold 300 per minute, fluid, 300 divided by 60 is 5, right? So we've got 15. We have 3 sets of 5 that need to be fed by 300 oil. So we have 300 oil coming in at that side to presumably feed the first 5. And then the one that was already there in the middle serves the next 5. And I'm sitting here trying to think if there's any reason to keep them connected together. Like perhaps I should just delete that. I don't think deleting it hurts anything, and I don't think keeping it hurts anything. But I'm not sure because I really don't understand the fluids in this game. They behave very weirdly, and I know there's a great guide out there which I'll talk about extensively in the near future. But I don't think it matters right now. My worry is if I separate them, I'll get a weird effect where I'm not going to get all the oil I want at this one. So I figure if I fill a 300 there, 300 right in the center, and 300 from that side, it'll reach an equilibrium. There won't be any sloshing or underfed machines. So I think I will keep it connected for now. I also just wanted to show you that, let's see, where did our little to-do list go? Or our notes, where'd they go? There. So we need to double all that, which means instead of 240 sand, we need 480. I don't think we're gonna be able to get 480 out of one single facet. That's a limiting factor as well, just like a belt. So at this one here, the 8th one, which is the middle, I'm gonna turn this splitter into a merger. And oh, that's cool. I didn't realize that if you just place it on the ground like that, it would attach. You learn something new every day. Yeah, so I'm going to turn the sand belts and have them fed this way and that way to meet right here in the middle. There, that's it. Let me get these built. So I was just updating our little list over here, a reminder of the numbers we're dealing with. And look at this, 1200 polymer resin. Oh, each one of these machines outputs exactly 80, which is enough for 20 fabric each. And 20 fabric. Is 20 fabric enough to make 20 oxygen? Yes, 20 fabric is enough to make 60 oxygen. That is really cool. Now, if I wasn't racing to the end, I think I would take the time and do that. Now that I know that I've got all this polymer resin and I know that I can do it, I just wanted to talk it through just to see if it was viable, so I know in the future, if it's similar, that it indeed would be viable. But that being said, I think we're going to have plenty of plastic and rubber just using the normal recipe, which is what we should do, right? So 400 refined heavy carbons. Let me verify that. 400 divided by 15, yep, 26 2/3. So we're gonna need 16 solidifier coolers to deal with all of the plastic and rubber. That's awesome. Let's do that right now. Check it out. I just love to see it. Q space SOL solidifier cooler, just like that. It is just the best. I'm so happy I figured that out. It's really gonna be cool. Let's just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. While I wait for those to replenish in my inventory, we can look at setting them up. So now we're just going to do polymerization. Put one right there, and now we're going to grab junction crossings. Actually, we can use these T crossings, it's kind of cool. And we're going to put them, I guess, at the first one. That should let me fly. Yes, perfect. Oh, this game is just so good. There, and now what we can do is we can set the recipe here again. Do a copy. There, and a paste. We are going to need Mark II pipelines between those like that. And then we'll plug in no indicator Mark I pipes to each machine. And then all I have to do is fly by and paste the recipe in. And then add the right thing to the sender. So we're getting 640 of both plastic and rubber. Just point the, what is that one? Rubber? We'll point the rubber one out. And then we can group them into what? Groups of 6? We'll do groups of 4. Because then we'll have 4 sets of 4. And we'll just have 4 receivers for each product. One higher like that, and then we'll put a Mark III belt on. And then mergers. Like so. So then we'll merge all 4 of the rubbers, and we'll put it... Let's see... Boy, it'd be cool if these would snap. Item receiver. If it would just snap right onto there, that'd be really cool. But it doesn't. So we'll build a little platform. And there. Right into the receiver. And then we can do the same thing right down here with a belt going on the ground like this. There. Now we have all of our plastic and rubber being produced. And since we're not going to be using a lot of rubber, it was going to back up. And I remembered that you can turn on a sink inside of this. So if you go to rubber and you can go to allow sink overflow and allow that, and then it just automatically sinks all of the extra rubber that gets absorbed into this that isn't being used in the FACSIT system. Now you have to turn that on for each machine. It's not per item, it's per receiver. You actually have to turn that on, so yeah, but that's going to work out really well. It was I was kind of worried about what's going to happen when the plastic backs up, and that solves that without having to worry about feeding the rubber back in and trying to stockpile it somewhere. And I had all these other crazy ideas about large storage networks with extra receivers, and then it was just a loop, and then blah blah blah. I just crazy. Also, I see a face in the machine right here. Crazy. Anyway, let's get on with it. We have 120 raw sludge. We need 480 sand, 750 heavy oil residue. Okay, so we have to take care of the solids. We just have to. As for the solids, I think we're just gonna sink them for the time being, just because it's going to let us progress much quicker. And if we need to use them, we'll be able to just turn off the sinks and plug them into whatever machines. For example, that 600 sulfur over there is going to be great for making that sulfur powder stuff that we need for sulfuric acid. So it's going to be pretty cool. So, senders, we're going to do item senders. And we need, let's see, what do we need? We need 2 for sulfur. So 2 for sulfur, 2 for asphalt, oops, I missed that one. Alright, 2 for sulfur, 2 for asphalt, and then 3 for polymer resin. 1, 2, 3, and we can just turn them into, or excuse me, run them into these awesome sink storage Mark 1s. So we'll do it just like that. And these need to be Mark 4 belts, like so. And then we'll plug them into the network. So we'll set the recipe, and we're going to do this on all of them. I'm just going to set the recipes, and then I can't forget to plug them into power. And then we'll be done. We're ready to move on to the fluids. That's done, that's done, that's done. And the refined hydrocarbons are done. So we need to bring in the sand, and we need to bring in, or we need to deal with the fuel and the heavy oil residue. Perfect. Okay. So what should we deal with first? I don't actually care. So let's see. Let's just deal with the fuel. Fuel burns at 6 per minute in the solution burner, and diesel fuel burns at 10 per minute. So let's start with that baseline. So the solution heater uses 6 per minute fuel, and we have 200 fuel per minute, so that's 33 1/3 machines. Oh wow. Oh wow indeed. I think we should probably, yeah, let's build a blueprint. There we go. I love it. Let's do a boiler platform. We need a solution heater though. And it needs 6 per minute, so we only need to do Mark 1. Let's put a junction crossing in. Something like that. And then, you know what? We should take this time right now and go and unlock the rest of these milestones, because it's going to get us the better burners and stuff. There, a quick pit stop for steel screws, and we should have the pipeline engineering Mark 3 complete. And then I think the last one is some sort of the better heaters. So let's just throw all this in. We haven't sent off a milestone in months. High voltage wind turbine Mark 3. Yeah, here we go, the turbine Mark 2. Oh, and you know what else we're doing though? We should, yes. Excuse me, I didn't get the whole thought out. We've also been waiting on these power shards to be crafted, and now we have those as well. So that's in here. And now we've got this one. So now we've got all the slug slimes. That's exciting. Oh no, we don't. We need mineral slimes, so we're gonna need aluminum for that one. We'll be there pretty soon. Okay, while we're waiting for the invar that we need, I just had the realization that we could get back to making computers if we just got rid of some of the fluid, right? Some of the fuel, some of the sludge, some of the heavy oil residue. If we just get a little bit of it out, the machines can turn back on. And so I like that idea. So let's just make a little area to get our machines turned back on. We need sludge, fuel, heavy oil residue, and then some fluid senders. And how do you make Mark 3 pipes? Oh, okay. We can totally do that. And how much do Mark 3 pipes hold? 450 per minute. Very, very cool. And we can overclock that. Get the amount of circuit boards we require. I don't think we make enough solder, but we have a big stockpile, so we should be fine. Verify. Yeah, this only makes 120 per minute. We need 180 per minute now with the overclocking I just did. Alright, so let's get a receiver and put computers into the FactSet network now, finally. Alright, now we can add them to the little factory up here. And once we do that, it should be fully automated. Well, I did just hook all the steel slag output, the steel slag stockpile. And we can put it into an industrial fluid buffer right here as well, so we can at least clear it by hand while we're doing this and not worry about running back over there. So that'll be beneficial. And this wraps up all the milestones of Phase 3. No more milestones. I love it. It's gonna make getting to that Phase 4 all the sweeter. Alright, but now we can go and look at that blueprint. I want to check out those new burners, or not burners, the whatever it is that we just got new. So what is it that we just got new? We have the solution heater now. And on top of the solution heater goes a boiler. Is that what we just did was boiler Mark II. Oh no, it was turbine Mark II, so that's the next output. So what we do want is the boiler Mark II. Something like that. Make that blue. Make that yellow. It's kind of cool. And then what comes out of this? Probably carbon dioxide out of this one. And steam out of this one. No, hot steam out of that one. Let's say about there. So we need heavy modular frames and cobalt plates. And then what does this attach to? This attaches to the new generator we got to make 400 megawatts of power. That also needs heavy modular frames, cobalt plates, and more of those in-bar pipes. Let's go stock up on those. So turbine Mark II, and then that gets with a HV generator. I've got to say though, as many times as I've done this, I don't think, like I really just like it when that's raised up, and I like putting the pipe underneath it, so I think I'm gonna do that too. That's too high. Is it a full meter too high? Or is it a weird number? Let's check. So we've got 2 meter here, and then a 1 meter inverter platform. There, all right, let's just put a Mark 1. There we go. If you recall, this is exactly what inspired that stilts video I did, and I'm still planning to do that, definitely in 1.0 in the vanilla game. I'm gonna try to build more machines that are elevated off the floor, because I think it's really, really cool. Should we put a whole ton into a blueprint? We probably should. That would be pretty cool. Or would that be time wasted? It's probably time wasted, because I don't see us needing an absolute ton. Well, wait a minute. We've got 200 fuel, which is 33 1/3, and then how much? We've got 750 oil residue. How much diesel fuel is that? So what's 750 divided by 60? Divided by 60 is 12.5, and then 12.5 times 40 times 40 is 500, and then 500 divided by 10 is 50. So we are going to need a bunch of these. All right, let's just test one. All right, now we need our fluid senders, and we need water and fuel. That one's water, that one's fuel. Okay, so it is 15 carbon dioxide per minute. And how much does the chimney release again? Oh dear, it doesn't tell me. Should just go back and watch my my old video, but this can do 75 per minute, which is 5 times 15, it's 50 and 25, yeah. 23 cubic meters per minute. If I recall correctly, though, that's probably 22 and a half. Boy, I don't remember. I'm not going to worry about it, though. All right, we're at full temperature now, and we're generating 60 hot steam per minute, using 45 water per minute. We're generating 15 carbon dioxide per minute still, so that's 5 per chimney. Okay, that's right. And this, why isn't this doing anything? Is it because it's not connected to anything? That would be my guess. There we go. Okay, let's plug it into the rest of the network so my jetpack stops stripping the fuse. There. So now as it spins all the way up, landing at 25,000 RPMs, this single thing is outputting 400 megawatts of power. That's an absolute ton. That's amazing. All right, so now what do we have? Now we've got steam. We're producing 60 per minute steam. So let me grab another platform so we can verify this. Okay, so the steam cooler can consume 150 per minute steam, and we're generating what, 60 again? Yes, 60. So for every, yes, so we're gonna be able to do sets of 5 of these. Sets of 5 with 1 CO2 chimney, 2 steam cooling towers. Alright, so now that we've tested one, we can put them all into the blueprinter. And so to do that, I want to just sort of use the blueprint we made as a test. Like, say this one? Kind of give us a little bit of room. We'll test it, but that seems right. Okay, actually, I don't need any room on this side. I don't think. Oh, you know what we're gonna need room for though is a sender. Okay, so to have the sender lined up, it won't go. So that's exactly why I did that. Okay, that's exactly why we test these things. So we do need a little tiny bit of room. So that's not enough, but that is. So that's good enough for me. Now I want to put the senders on the side, I think. And we'll just do a sender per layer. Does that make sense? Let me show you what I mean. Fluid sender. So like, there'll be a fluid sender right there to connect to these. So that one needs to fit right there. So see, we can't put it on the edge there. We need to leave room for the sender. Here. And then we're gonna do 5, so we'll put one in the center of between these two. So what is the center? So this is 1. Okay, 1 stayed there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 4 on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So the center is 4.5, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4.5. Put it there by holding Control. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4.5 meters. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's right. Okay. And then there. So now the sender is appropriately spaced. And we can center this. There. So 1, and then 1 in the center. If it's the same, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why is this so different? Ah, because I missed the center, like like a big dummy. That's okay. At least we know that there's a reason why everything was off. There. We're getting there. We're getting there. This is tough, but any little hiccup we iron out right now is going to save us a ton of time in the future. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, perfect. So there's 7. So the middle is 3 on either side. And then the fourth one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, right in the center. All right, so now with 5, we checked this earlier. 5 times 45 water, so we need 225 water. So these must be Mark II pipes. And then down here, they're only moving 6 times 5, or 30 per minute. So we can just do the Mark I. So we need just 1 CO2. And then, yeah, you know what we'll do? We'll just space those as well. And now for some fancy pipe work. Where's that steam output port? All right, so we want to connect, we want the CO2s all on this side of that port so we don't have any pipes clipping. So let's grab the pipeline junction crossing. And let's put it right there. Just want to verify that that's spaced correctly. And it is. Awesome. And then right into there. Let's just do it black. Then it's already nice and easy. All right, that looks pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. I can't distinguish it from perfect, so. And I didn't think to leave room on this side for this pipe. Oh, that is frustrating. That is a frustrating oversight. But you know what? I don't care. I don't care enough to want to fix it. So what I'm gonna do is just run the pipe. We'll fix it by hand. Alright, you get rid of the supports because I don't like them. And then we'll put in some T's. Put in some T-junctions like that. And then we'll put in some cross junctions right in the center. I'll show you. I'm trying to concentrate on placement and talk, and that doesn't work for me. So we'll just do a, well, we could do a TA again. T right there. A T right there. We're all set up. This will be white. Now, I was thinking to stack this, right? I was going to stack it all up and fill this blueprinter up, but the sheer cost of one of these modules is like a lot of heavy modular frames and the Invar pipes and stuff like that, and so I don't think I want to have to stockpile that much stuff. So I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to call this good. Yeah, so all we need to do now is connect power lines up to make this easy to connect the output, and then we're done. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. To make some progress between episodes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make enough of these generators to burn up all the 200 fuel per minute. I'm going to convert the 750 heavy oil residue to diesel fuel and set up the generators for those as well. Set up the 120 raw sludge processing because we've seen me do that before. And I'll show you what I've done at the beginning of next episode. I'll walk you through what I built so you can still see it. And then also we'll have all the elements we need to complete phase 3, and so we'll launch that space elevator at the beginning of next episode. So thank you for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you're not already, and I recently launched memberships on the YouTube channel, so if you want to support me monetarily, hit the join button down below and check out the perks you can get. Not much, but I really appreciate your consideration. Thanks. Take care. See you next time.
Bad plays games.